Welcome to World Decoded, and today we're diving into the surprisingly dark and twisted histories behind some of the most beloved children's stories and nursery rhymes. These are tales and rhymes that have been passed down through generations, seeming innocent on the surface, but as we'll uncover, hiding some rather chilling backstories. From themes of plague and punishment to tales rooted in famine, betrayal, and even execution, these classic stories reveal a side that was never meant for children's ears. So settle in as we decode the unsettling secrets hidden within these timeless stories. One of the best-known nursery rhymes, Ring Around the Rosie, has been sung by children for centuries with its catchy tune and playful ring-around dance. But lurking behind the innocent lyrics lies an unsettling interpretation, one that connects it to the dark days of the Black Plague in the 14th century. While evidence for this link is debated, the theory persists that the rhyme reflects symptoms and practices from the time of the plague. Ring Around the Rosie could symbolize the reddish, ring-shaped rash that was an early sign of infection, while a pocket full of posies suggests the flowers people carried to mask the stench of disease and death. Ashes may evoke the cremation of bodies as towns fought to contain the plague, and we all fall down hints at the high death toll that decimated Europe. Although this interpretation is not definitive, the rhyme's association with one of history's deadliest pandemics gives it an eerie new dimension, making us wonder what other dark secrets may be hiding in plain sight within our childhood songs. The story of Little Red Riding Hood has been told countless times, often as a straightforward fable about following parental advice and avoiding strangers. However, the original versions of this tale, particularly those by Charles Perrault in the 17th century, have a much darker tone, often with no rescue or happy ending. In Perrault's retelling, the wolf is a menacing, predatory figure, and Little Red, far from the savvy girl in modern adaptations, is a naive young girl who is ultimately devoured by the wolf. The tale ends with a grim moral, warning young women of the dangers posed by men who, like the wolf, might deceive them with charm and then destroy them. Perrault's version reflects the stark realities of his time, where girls were often admonished to beware the wolves lurking in society. This cautionary tale, intended to instill fear of society's darker dangers rather than impart a simple lesson on obedience, reveals the story's roots as a fable about real-life dangers in a harsh world. Hansel and Gretel, the beloved Brothers Grimm story, is often remembered for its imaginative tale of two children outsmarting a wicked witch. But if we consider the historical context, it becomes clear that this story may be more grounded in reality than fantasy. The tale's roots go back to times of extreme famine in medieval Europe, when food was scarce and families faced desperate choices. In eras of extreme poverty and scarcity, there are historical records suggesting that some parents did abandon their children, or even resort to cannibalism in extreme cases, and Hansel and Gretel echoes this grim reality. The story highlights a scenario of betrayal, hunger, and ultimately cannibalism, as the witch, symbolizing the darker sides of human desperation, intends to cook and eat the children. While the tale ends with the children's escape, the underlying themes serve as a dark reminder of how starvation can drive people to extremes. Hansel and Gretel thus represents a time when survival was often brutal, and family loyalty could be shattered by the relentless struggle for survival. The nursery rhyme Mary, Mary, quite contrary, seems like a whimsical depiction of a girl tending her garden, but many historians believe it's actually about Mary the First of England, also known as Bloody Mary. Mary the First was infamous for her campaign against Protestants during her short reign, as she attempted to re-establish Catholicism in England after her father's Protestant reforms. The opening line, Mary, Mary, quite contrary, alludes to her opposition to the religious changes of her predecessors, while How Does Your Garden Grow could symbolize the increasing graveyards filled with Protestant martyrs from her persecutions. Some suggest that silver bells and cockle shells refer to instruments of torture, though interpretations vary. The line "pretty maids all in a row" has been thought to represent the rows of victims lined up for execution. This rhyme, with its dark undertones, reflects a time of brutal religious persecution and violence, cloaked in the seemingly innocent guise of a child's rhyme. Snow White is known today as a fairy tale about a young girl, a wicked stepmother, and 7 helpful dwarfs, but the story's origins are far more gruesome. In the Brothers Grimm version, the jealous queen's attempts on Snow White's life are not only ruthless but disturbingly inventive. Beyond the poisoned apple, the queen uses a corset to suffocate Snow White and even a poison comb to try to kill her. In the end, justice is dealt in a medieval form of punishment. The queen is forced to wear red-hot iron shoes and dance until she dies. Far from Disney's sanitized ending, this version reflects a world where jealousy was literally a deadly sin, and revenge was swift and brutal. Snow White's original tale serves as a stark reminder of the extreme consequences once imposed on those who allowed their vanity to harm others, echoing a medieval worldview far removed from modern sensibilities. The tale of the Pied Piper of Hamelin is known for its colorful imagery and catchy tune, but its backstory is much darker. It's believed that this story has roots in an actual historical event in 1284, when numerous children from the town of Hamelin in Germany disappeared under mysterious circumstances. The exact cause remains a mystery, with theories suggesting that the children were led away by a recruiter, taken by an epidemic, or involved in a tragic accident. The Piper, who lured the town's children away as punishment for unpaid debt, represents betrayal and the consequences of breaking promises. The story of the Pied Piper serves as a haunting reminder of loss and the dangers of failing to uphold trust, turning what may seem like a simple moral tale into a chilling legend with its origins rooted in tragedy. The fairy tale of Cinderella has been softened over time, but the Brothers Grimm's version is a chilling reminder of the harsh justice common in early folklore. In this version, Cinderella's stepsisters mutilate their own feet to try and fit into the glass slipper, going to grotesque lengths in their desperation for wealth and status. In the end, justice is served when birds peck out their eyes, a medieval form of punishment that feels shockingly harsh to modern audiences. This version of Cinderella reflects a darker moral universe, where cruelty is met with severe consequences, and vanity is punished without mercy. It's a far cry from the sanitized version we know today, and serves as a stark reminder of the brutal ethics that once permeated. If these dark and hidden histories shocked or fascinated you, make sure to give this video a thumbs up. Here on World Decoded, we love diving into the mysterious, the forgotten, and the strangely spooky side of history, and your support truly means the world to us. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you don't miss our next deep dive. Your support keeps us motivated to bring you more intriguing content like this. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next episode.